Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator. Today we are going from Grand Junction, Colorado to Oklahoma City. Once again, I made some changes to the music. I instead of having different playlists, I just moved all the music I had, like 100 different songs, into the radio documents folder because I figure why have different playlists anyways. It's a shame I can't randomize them, or there isn't some kind of randomized setting. But what are you gonna do? Looks like it's loading pretty quick here. So the first question is, how hard is it going to be to get out of here? Well, apparently we don't have to go backwards. I don't know. Is that a left turn right there? I can't tell. It looks like it is. It looks like I'm supposed to turn left. Just looking at the GPS map or whatever. Don't worry if this is if it turns into a train wreck. Me getting out of here. I'll just cut it from the whatever. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I got stuck in a gas station thing. Like the end for some reason the end gas station thing. There was no icon, so I had to go to the middle, and there wasn't like a lot of room to maneuver, and I just kind of got stuck. So I'm like, oh well, I might as well just end the freaking video like right here. That reminds me, I gotta start up my timer here. I'm learning not to make these videos any longer than. Learning not to make these videos any longer than a half hour. I just assume post two different videos. Supposedly this is Grand Junction, Colorado. That's what it looks like. It's 8:53 a.m. That's good because I hate driving at night. Looks we're at like 3/4 of a tank, which is good. I took off I actually took off the what do you call it? The rest option, just because it's like too. I don't know. It's just too inconvenient. Well, the problem is that like you start off at midnight, and then the sleep light's not on. The sleep light goes on at like 8 in the morning, and I want to have the option. But if I want to drive at night, I'll drive at night. If I want to drive at day, I'll drive in the day. Like they don't give you they don't tell you up front whether it's going to be like a night mission or a day mission. Seems to me like this truck is okay visibility, but I'm not particularly digging the display panel on it. That should be a 15-hour journey. We're in western Colorado, so I guess it's kind of flat. Graphics card seems to be working good. I mean, this thing seems to be rather fluid and nimble. Let's see here. I'm going to turn down the radio volume just a little bit, just 'cause hate it when it goes right to this loading screen. You should be able to like turn the radio on and tune it from inside the cab. You shouldn't have to go to like a menu and do it. Unless it's a setting I don't know about. I turned my mic up too, because it didn't seem like my mic was loud enough. I am a military veteran. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. 20-year military veteran from 1997 to 2017. You should also, if I remember to post it, you should also see an eBay link down in my description. Please feel free to browse my eBay store. I sell jewelry, biker rings, military rings, female rings. Some stuff I make, some stuff I've made, and some stuff I refurbish and resell. You know, if I make no money off monetization, just the organic advertising is good enough for me. Actually speeding. I don't know how that happened, or whether it's my fault. Graphics card's starting to get funky. Saying this over and over again. I'm seriously debating on getting another computer, but I have egg on my face if I got a whole other computer that runs at high speed and find out it's still choppy. It could just be the game, not me. Well, I also have the recording function on too. That tends to take some resources away. Also, like I've noticed that when you do the playback, sometimes you don't see the choppiness. Like it records differently than what I'm seeing in real time. There we go. It went away. This helps. One outside the cab. Not choppy anymore. Actually need another computer in my garage. Mine is the one down there is like somewhat pathetic. update the graphics card on this thing later. But, you know, I can't stand not having a decent computer in my bedroom. I have actually updated the graphics card. Tell you what, if I do monetize and it covers the monthly payment on like a new system, I'll gladly buy another computer. Go to the map and come back and see if it changes. I might as well look at this too. You gotta be extremely careful when you click on this thing. You know, I'm not gonna do it this time, but I think I'm gonna, like in the future, I'm gonna start like rerouting myself down these back roads, because I think I'll probably be more scenic. I'm still doing it. running more smoother like this, I'm just gonna keep it like this. massive sky.
Are you just hiding? Yeah, walking into the fire, talking like you never die, like you're immortal. Try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out now. You can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out
Approach National Forest. Well, that's like the realistic effect of, oh, there's a cop pulling somebody over on the other side of the road, so I have to slow down. Even though I'm on a whole different side of the road. That's probably realistic when it comes to driver behavior. Yeah, turn coming out. By the way, if you don't like this music, it's, I don't know what to tell you, it's royalty-free music. I personally prefer to be playing Guns N' Roses, but I'll get a YouTube strike for that. take it this is eastern Colorado. You should probably plan on getting gas. This one right here is going to be the last one for like a while. Right when the road bends left. Whoa, that guy cut me off. Looks like it wants me to get off at this exit anyways. Which is somewhat convenient. Vehicles strategically located. I forgot when I jumped this. See if it makes a difference. Probably the easiest thing is to go to the one at the end. But of course, they're gonna put it where you can potentially get stuck. So much gas. I consider $400 to be a lot of gas. Definitely a lot of gas. The question is, yeah, I'm better off just like backing out. do this is like right out of here. We're at the 26-minute mark. I just bought the Oklahoma Kansas DLC, so I'm interested to see what Kansas and Oklahoma looks like. I mean, I've seen it in real life. But I'd like to see what my $20 is paid for. Must have took a lot of work to do the AI on these other vehicles. I imagine when they first came out with this, it was probably like buggy as hell. You can bypass the way station. Okay, great. Yeah, I do have an interesting story that this reminds me of. Like one time, like on a company trip, I went to Columbus, Ohio. Most of the people flew, but I drove because I'm like, why fly from Philadelphia to Ohio? It's like an 8-hour drive. Plus, when I get there, I'll have my car. But on the way back, the New Cumberland people, they drove back too. They didn't fly any of them out. They were too close to Columbus. So they gave them rental cars. And I think I was like on the road for like hours and hours. And I just happened to go into like a Starbucks. And as I was walking out, I was like bumping into it. This is in Pennsylvania. I drove from Columbus to Pennsylvania and bumped into the same people at a Starbucks. But what happened was, another interesting thing was, like at one point, like on my GPS, I had like a toll road exclusion. So they tried taking me from Ohio to Pennsylvania to Delaware because of the toll road exclusion. Or to better say, it wanted me to go like really far south. And I figured it out and like rerouted myself. So I mean, I drove south for like probably like 45 minutes before I realized the mistake. And I had to drive 45 minutes more. But I still managed to bump into them at a Starbucks. And I asked them, I said, you know, I got lost for like an hour. Did you guys stop someplace? Like, oh yeah, we stopped to eat. We stopped to eat for like an hour. But they all thought it was crazy and bizarre. It goes to show you coincidence happen. You know, it's funny. I mean, this has nothing to do with me, but like I was watching the Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmare thing the other day, and they had this place where the father got a $250,000 inheritance, and his son got a $250,000 inheritance. So the father took his son's money and his money without his son's permission and invested it in this burger place that was going under. And the father and the wife were like real whack jobs. And I was like reading the comments like, oh my god. But the father died in 2015, but this person was like, oh my god, that woman used to live across the street from me. She was a whack job. She was like getting into fights with like the neighbors like all the time for nothing. And from watching that episode, I strongly get that impression. Like, during the episode, like they had like a semi-professional cook. Although he was like a pastry chef, he was actually like a professionally trained chef. And Gordon Ramsay's like, why are these burgers horrible? And the chef's like, they don't let me cook it the way I want to cook it. They want me to cook it the way they cook it. And it just winds up being horrible. Gordon was like, I want you to cook it the way you want to cook it. And I want to see what the results are. And he did it, and Gordon ate the burger, and he was like, wow, it's pretty good. And the wife ate it, she just started choking. She's like, oh, it's overly seasoned, the taste is too strong. Gordon's like, no, there is taste. Your other food has no taste. This does have taste. Vehicle inspection station. I think after I pull into this inspection, that's going to be like the end of part 1. In fact, I can only sit here for like a half hour before I need to take a break. I used to sit here for 2 hours straight doing this until I wised up. The Kansas line. Alright, thank you for watching. Look in the description for the link to part 2.